Good evening and welcome to the ProSpring team webinar. This webinar has been put together specifically for you guys to explain how the program works, to show you a little bit about the program and give you some more sort of in-depth knowledge. What we're going to do in a minute is we're going to go across to a very, very special guest, Prashant Patel. Prashant will explain to you exactly his position with the company. He's very closely associated with the company, and we'll go across to him to do that. But just to give you a little idea of the format, because Prashant has got to shoot off, he's got other commitments, so hence him coming on and talking to everybody first. We're going to let Prashant say his bit. We're then going to come back to the presentation. We'll run through the presentation and explain how everything works for you. At the end of the presentation, we're then going to cut across to the wonderful Scott Withers, who's there on the bottom of the screen for you, and also across to Piers Donnelly, who's they're both going to have their little word about things and so on. And then finally back to me just to wrap up and say good night to everybody, or good evening. Hopefully it won't be too long. And to let you know that this presentation is on YouTube. It's going to be posted in the Facebook group, so you can all pick up the link. As far as I know, Piers will confirm with me, you can use the video to promote the opportunity if you like, and to show to people there's no restrictions. We can get this out there wherever we want. But there you go, we'll work our way through things. So with no further ado, I'd like to say good evening all the way from Malta, broadcasting live. We might get a little bit of echo, guys, but bear with it. That's Prash's office, he said. I think it's just a wonderful voice, to be honest. But there you go. So we'll go across to Prashant. Prashant, good evening and welcome to the webinar.
Hey, Kevin. Thank you very much. Pleased to be here. Yeah, the office is a little bit echoey. I'm actually in the in ProSpring's office. That's where I work at and have done with the CEO of ProSpring, Jamie Mays, for the past 6 years. We've been in business together for a very, very long time. In fact, we started our businesses together. We started working together maybe 12, 13, 14 years ago, something like that. I don't remember. So we've known each other for a very long time, done a lot of business together, made a lot of money together. And we share an office here in Malta, have done for the past 5 or 6 years. So it is an echoey office. I apologize for that. Ken and Piers, Scott, thank you very much for putting this event together. I'm a little bit rusty, haven't done one of these in a very long time, so please forgive me if I'm humming and eyeing a lot and losing my way here and there a bit. I guess first I just want to say how excited everybody is here at the office with the progress that we've already made, and I assume that we're speaking to a variety of different types of people on this call here today. Some have already become a member of this ProSpring family, and others are looking at it for the very first time. So if you are here for the very, very first time, please forgive me, because some of this information might be a little bit early for you, but exciting nonetheless. Over the past fortnight now, I think that we have pre-launched ProSpring. The expectations that we had set for ourselves in terms of growth numbers has been well and truly superseded. It's unbelievable the growth that we're experiencing here. But let me just sort of check back a little bit and give you some background to how ProSpring started and what my involvement in ProSpring is. ProSpring is an idea that's been on the books for about 4 years now, and a couple of years ago, Jamie kind of had a look at an idea for an online-based lotto business that was really very light, very sweet, extremely accessible for the masses, because lotto as a product is played by more than 50% of British households for a start, and even more so around the world. So it's a mass market product. So he had this idea for coming up with something that's really cool, it's really modern, It's accessible, it's light, anybody can do it, has huge potential for money, and something that absolutely anybody can do, because the company is very, very skilled at providing extremely efficient and effective online tools that will help people to spread the word, if you like. And that's why the company, ProSpring, is coined as the world's first social lotto, because a lot of the progress with the company's growth on the long haul is going to come from our customers. This is a customer-led business, and as you go through, if you're here for the first time, as you go through the presentation, Kevin will explain to you why it will become a massive people-led business opportunity. Today, I think we're speaking to people who are interested in a business opportunity as opposed to being customers, being retail customers only. So when Jamie May the first started looking at this, there were some really exciting plans, and I was kind of involved in helping to formulate these plans, and it wasn't until about a year ago that we really boiled it down to something that's close to what we have today. And over the past 6 months, we've gone full steam ahead to actually put it all into action. Now, my involvement with ProSpring is I'm the same as you guys. I am an affiliate. I am not a company official. I'm not a director of the business or an executive of any sort. I'm not employed by them. I'm not a shareholder. I am an affiliate. I'm basically the first affiliate to sign up with ProSpring. And as such, I think everybody that is leading this opportunity today is part of our team. And so that's my involvement. I'm on the affiliate side this time around. For the past, I don't know, 15 years, I've been at the company and owned and operated companies within this niche. So it's really exciting for me to be on this end for the first time in a very long time. It's scary. I don't mind admitting it's a little bit scary because you always wonder if have I got what it takes? Yes, I was successful once, twice. Have I got what it takes again? So it's a challenge, and so far so good. Yeah. So about 6 months ago, we really started putting the heat on this project, and 3 months ago, everything started bolting into place. The product was defined as 3 different jackpots, which again Kevin will go into more detail with. Then it was a case of, okay, how do we make this product go viral? And that's where we came up with this brainwave. And again, Kevin will explain to you what that is, because it is by far and away the sexiest lotto product ever designed, in my humble opinion. Of course, I was involved in creating it, so I would say that. But you will see why this product is going to go absolutely viral. It's going to go crazy. Already has. And I'll give you some numbers in a minute, because I get the information shared with me here on a daily basis. So, we wanted to work out how can this thing go viral. How can we leverage the biggest phenomenon online in the past decade, which is social media? And I think we've done that very, very effectively. So not only have we got a mass market product that half the world plays, why? Because everybody wants a hope, right? What's a buck to get a million? Everybody wants a hope, and that's why lottos work. I play the lotto, right? I always have and always will, because I find it exciting, and I don't mind punting a couple of quid to make a few million. Who doesn't, right? It's not going to change anybody's lifestyle. The cost of buying lotto tickets doesn't change anybody's lifestyle. So it's an extremely accessible mass market product that absolutely has no barriers anywhere. But the trickiest thing for most lotto opportunities that we've seen are that they do not go viral. They don't use the very resource that it is created for, and that's people. And that's where I think we have an edge on everybody. And I think Kevin knows what I'm talking about. We'll explain that to you a little bit later on. So I think that's our building block. I think that's the one little thing that really sets us apart from everybody else. That one thing. And in our trainings, and as we move forward, we'll be devising some trainings, and I'll teach whoever is interested in learning from me how I believe you can absolutely blow this thing up. And I will speak to you, the leaders, separately to start writing some training programs for our leaders, so that we're kind of all singing from the same hymn sheet, in alignment with the message from the company, and represented in the best light possible, without misleading people, or just being short on sort of facts, if you like. So we're very high on ethics and morals. This opportunity is strong enough on its own 2 feet to actually, when you learn the facts, you will see how strong it is. So far we've got sign-ups from 30 different countries in the last 2 weeks already. Thousands of people have already joined. But here's the thing. I believe this opportunity is timeless, right? Why? Because of all the reasons I've mentioned. I don't think Lotto is ever going to go away. I don't think people are ever going to stop playing the Lotto. I don't think people are ever going to stop hoping to get rich with one chance of luck. I don't think social media is about to disappear. I think it's going to get bigger and better. I think the economies around the world are in a terrible shape in those times. I think people are looking for more hope than not. I think the product itself has got a major growth curve coming up, and I think social media is going to get even slicker. It's going to get even more accessible with what Facebook is doing around the world, giving access to people, giving internet access to people in remote parts of the world where they don't have it. All of that is just making our opportunity even bigger and better. So I think we have a timeless opportunity, not because it's sort of new or we're pioneering something. We're absolutely not. We're not the first people to try this. In fact, we've tried it ourselves before and done very, very, very well with it, not only in Europe, but also in Japan, in India, China, Taiwan, in Singapore, in Malaysia. We've done this type of business before and done extremely well with it. So I think it's not timeless because it's new, it's pioneering. We're not pioneering anything. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan of opportunities that pioneer things. I'm a fan of opportunities that take what's already working in the market and make it better. I like the Richard Branson model, right? Take something that everybody wants and needs, and look at the holes in the experience of the people that use those products and services, and make it better, put it out with a smile, make it sexy, and have a bit of fun with it, and you can do well. And that's kind of what we've done with ProSpring. The opportunity is not a pioneering one, but it is fresh, and it is innovative, and it is sexy. I think the proof is in the pudding. Already thousands of people have rolled into this program in the short time that we've been launched. So I think the important part here, and this message is more for our partners, our team members that are already in ProSpring, than it is for the brand new person listening in today. The important thing to recognize here is not so much the opportunity with ProSpring. The opportunity with ProSpring is obvious. Anybody who's ever wanted something that's virtual, that is bona fide, that is run by a professional outfit, that have track record and experience, that have industry competence, not just competence, because there are lots of people with a lot of business competence that get into sectors that they don't have a track record in and mess it up. And some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. A recent example of a company in this sector did mess it up. There's no doubt that they had competent people, but they didn't have competence in this industry. So, as an opportunity, ProSpring has ticked all the boxes, that's for sure. We've got an amazing array of products, we've got an excellent marketing angle, we've got an unbelievable hook at the front end to get people to come in and participate as customers and also as affiliates. So that in itself is not really what is important to recognize. The opportunity for me is obvious, right? What's more important to recognize is the opportunity inside the opportunity. And what I mean by that is, in any business opportunity in our industry that has ever done well, there's always been this first 90-day syndrome, right? It's all about the timing. The opportunity inside the ProSpring opportunity right now for us is the timing that we find ourselves here with. All of us who have already joined have been blessed with being in right at the beginning of something that's going to pull in hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, around the world. And we're at a few thousand yet. We're the first in. This is precious. And I can tell you, with my 25 years of experience in this industry, this is precious. This time, you cannot, absolutely cannot, take it for granted. You will rue the day you took this precious time frame for granted. I have seen examples after examples of people who found themselves in the right place at the right time but didn't do the right thing, and they're filled with regret, right? If only I had, or if only I hadn't have done that. And so the point I'm trying to make is that we're 2 weeks into our pre-launch. It's a 3-month pre-launch. We've got, I don't know, 10 weeks to go. When we open the doors, there's going to be a mass exodus towards us. Why? A, because we're going to make it a mission as affiliates to do that, and B, the company's got some very powerful marketing and advertising ideas to roll out to actually help us bring people out into the program, right? So this timing, thousands have joined us already, but hundreds of thousands, if not millions, are going to come in. So it's early doors. This is precious. I can't emphasize that point enough, right? This is the time when I was younger and a bit more sort of gung-ho and a bit more bullish with my teams, my mantra used to be like, put your life on hold for 90 days and you will never look back. And I say that because when I joined my first ever MLM opportunity back in 1989, I did exactly what I was told by my upline leaders in America. They said to me, put your life on hold for 90 days and go all in. Go all in, you'll never regret the day. And you know what, I did do that, not because I was smart enough to know what I was doing, smart enough to know that I was following the right people. It's because I was dumb enough to not know, and I just did it. And you know what? We built a colossal business off the back of those 90 days. And if you look at any industry leader, Eric Warren, these guys, they all talk about the 90 days. So this period that we have with us, and if you're here for the very first time, listening to this presentation for the very first time, it applies to you too. You haven't seen the presentation yet. I'm just presumptive that by the end of this presentation, you're going to be excited about it, because thousands of people have been. Every single person that comes into contact with this are getting excited about it. So by the end of this presentation, the opportunity for you is within the opportunity. It's the timing of the opportunity. You have found yourself in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity, and this is the time to go out and start spreading. Okay, it's just positioning. And the other thing is, right this minute, there is no money transacting anywhere, right? If I was being kind of gutsy, I would even say, you know what? If this feels right to you, and I'm a big sort of gut feel type of guy, I'm a bit touchy-feely like that. I kind of rely a lot on my intuition. If this feels right to you, don't even think about it. Get in, register yourself, position yourself at as high up this team as you possibly can right now. Okay, because people are coming, and they're coming in droves. Now is the time to probably go with your gut feel, register, because we're not taking any money from anybody right now. It's just a positioning play right now. It's just getting ourselves in a position to maximize our benefits on the day that we launch. Okay, so get in and register, and then do your due diligence, then do your fact find, then do your understanding. And we're going to be providing so much information going forward, you will be completely tooled up with understanding, because I'm a big advocate of the fact that one of my mentors always taught me that understanding something leads to belief, right? You can't blindly believe. This is not religion, right? So you can't just blindly believe. I understand, people are not going to believe in us unless they understand what it is they're getting involved in. So it is our responsibility to make sure people understand that. I understand that extremely well. So we're going to be arming all of our teams with facts on a regular basis to educate everybody on the various elements of the opportunity as we go through our pre-launch. And with understanding will come belief. And with belief comes conviction. That's when people have resolve to say, right, I'm going to do this. And with conviction is when you get action. So we want to try and compress that into the next sort of into our pre-launch period, so that on day one, when the company opens its doors and launches and start taking, customers, this thing, there's going to be people in this team who are going to make 5 and 10 and 15 grand first month. I guarantee that, because I'm seeing the numbers and I've been through this before. I see the trend, I see where it's going, and I know who they're probably going to be as well, right? So I'm looking forward to being one of them myself, and I'm pretty sure that maybe 20, 30 of us can get there in our first month. There's no reason why we can't do it. There's nothing that's out there that can touch us from this moment. And as you guys, again, many of you have been around the opportunity scene for many years, and you'll know there's been a big void in this industry, particularly in Europe, for a company that knows what they're doing, that's robust enough, with experience enough, and has a big track record. At least the people behind it has huge track records in hundreds of millions of dollars in various parts of the world, not just one territory. So I think my parting message is, if you're brand new here, by the end of the presentation that Kevin and Piers and Scott will take you through, if you feel good about it, sign up. Don't even think too much about it. Sign up, get your position in, and do your due diligence. If you decide at launch that you do not want to participate, just don't do anything. Your position will just get washed away, right, and given to somebody else who does participate and take advantage. Okay? If you're already a member of our team and you haven't got started yet, don't waste another minute. Seriously, you will rue the day. Right? You get my message, right? Don't deliberate. Get with it. Start spreading this around, because there is nothing to lose for anybody. It's just a position play. All we're doing is putting people in place right now. And there's no money transacting. There's no risk here. Everything to gain, right? Everything to gain. There'll be facts and figures coming out over the coming weeks to educate all of us on this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody that's helping to lead this team. And I'm particularly thankful to people like Piers and Kevin and Scott here for taking the initiative to putting these things together. I think this is our first one. And yeah, I'm really excited. If you want to make it a regular thing, very, very happy to we'll roll my sleeves up and get in the trenches. I'm looking forward to it. This is what I signed up for, guys. So I hope that's been of use. I hope you get the feeling that this is going to be something exciting and special. And if you're here for the very first time, I really hope you take the decision to get in and get in fast. Okay, so with that, I'll hand you back to Kevin. Thank you very much.
Well, just before, thank you for your time there, Prash.
Sure thing.
We've got a few questions that have been posed, which I'm going to pop to you. And obviously, people need to appreciate we are in pre-launch. Some things are still being put together, but I'm going to just cover these questions because they're kind of, if you like, the sensitive areas that
sure, hit me, yeah.
People need to know. So the first one was regarding licenses.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned India and China and various countries earlier on. So the question was, will licenses be in place for each country we are active in?
Yeah, that's the optimum phrase that we are active in. I'll tell you which countries we're not going to ever be active in as a company that I know of. USA, one of them, France, and certain Islamic territories like Iraq and Iran, Saudi Arabia, and a host of others in that region. We're not going to be active there. We don't want to be active there. However, in the territories that we are going to be active in, Europe, in the Far East, Australasia, Canada, even South America, we are covered with at least 2 licenses that I know of. And you will see the license data being published on the website once we get the numbers. I think we already have one. The Curacao license is already through. That's through our backer, so we've got that. But every territory that we're going to go into, or we're going to accept players and affiliates from, those territories will be covered by the license. If not, you will not find it in the country drop-down menu. So if you check the country drop-down menu for sign-up, there's no USA or France.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Just out of interest on a personal note, because I know France is one of those countries that has difficulties with getting licenses in France. So if you've got a resident in France, if they can't actually play the program, are they able to promote the program?
No, we just don't touch it. It's too risky. The company won't touch them. They can't sign up. Because for us, every single the ProSpring element is the upsell. It's everybody is a member of LottoSpring, which is the game, right? The lotto games, and then you can choose to upgrade to Pro member, and that gives you more benefits, right? But if you can't play, then you can't promote.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you for that.
Sure.
Are you confident the launch will go ahead when planned? Do you predict any delays? I'm not sure what people expect about.
No, look, I mean, there's 1 or 2 people here, and I'll mention Pete Burrows, who's a dear old friend, not old, but dear friend, long-standing friend. Sorry, Pete. I've kind of, over the years, he's a really, really close friend, and he's part of our team here. He's the first person I spoke to about this opportunity, and he's used to me sharing information with him. But even Pete, I didn't mention a thing to him until we were absolutely ready to pre-launch. In fact, the day before we were ready to pre-launch, I told Pete. So 3 months prior to that, we were about to launch. We know what the score is, right? We've seen it happen to ourselves many times in the past. The dangers of delaying published launch dates is catastrophic. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, not about to do it again. So when we published our launch, our pre-launch period, the launch is cut to stone. So we've got all our ducks lined in a row, and the aim of a pre-launch normally is to get an indicator into territories where you need different languages, translations, get feedback from the affiliates, particularly the experienced guys. Already had very good feedback from people. Test out any bugs they're going to have in the system. We've spotted 1 or 2. On that note, by the way, anything you guys spot that is got a bit wonky or whatever, you don't freak out. Just send support an email, and they'll appreciate you highlighting for them, and we'll fix it. So the pre-launch period is designed to get ourselves market ready. Back end, everything's done, dusted, so there's no delays. We're too old and too long in the tooth to play those games and make those mistakes.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. This one's quite a good one. How did the company guarantee such high jackpots?
Okay, good question. Very good question. So here's the thing. We have 3 different jackpots: the 5 million, 10 million, 50 million jackpots. All of those jackpots are guaranteed because they're insured. Each ticket purchased by a player, a large percentage of that goes to an insurance policy. So essentially technically what we're doing when we buy a ticket is we're betting on the EuroMillions lottery draws numbers. That's technically what we're doing, right? Because we're using EuroMillion lottery numbers, televised lottery draws, so that our number becomes transparent. It's unquestionable. It's on TV, and it's done by the government, and it's regulated by a big authority. So we can't manipulate those numbers. Everybody can trust the numbers because everybody finds out the numbers at the same time as the company does, right? So what we are doing is we're technically placing a bet. Each lottery ticket that we buy is a bet on the EuroMillions draw on a Tuesday and a Friday. And we pay an insurance. There's a 150 million euro bond that backs our jackpots. And this is not new to us. This is an industry standard. Most of the big casino jackpots are backed in the same way they're insured. So that's the avenue that we took. The reason why we took that avenue is because that way we can absolutely guarantee jackpots, because it's not reliant on the amount of tickets we sell. It doesn't matter if we sell 5 tickets in Friday's game or 50 million tickets in Friday's game. If somebody gets the 6 numbers or 7 numbers right, they win the jackpot. End of story, because it's insured.
Brilliant, thank you very much. And payment processors, always a delicate area for marketers, networkers, those sort of things.
Yeah.
They like to know about payment processors. So, what will be the primary payment method or processor?
The payment processing is a problem for the gaming industry in certain territories. So, for example, we cannot take payments out of America. They have a classification code given to our type of company, which means that each merchant provider will give our company, because it's a gaming company, a certain classification. That classification is passed through the transaction string. And that transaction string, if it has this classification with an American credit card, the American authorities, the American process will just decline payment, right? And the same applies to some other territories around the world as well. So payment processing for iGaming companies is not troublesome if you are operating legally with a license and within territories where these payment processing is allowed. So we're going to have a host of different payment processing, ranging from bank wires to credit cards to wallets like Skrill. I don't know if it's Skrill. I can't remember which ones, but there's going to be a host of them.
Nutella?
I don't know is the answer. Maybe send an email to support. They might let you know.
Okay, brilliant. All right. Prash, not going to put you under any more pressure, because I think you've answered those questions very, very well, to be fair. It is key to people, and I think it's important to be able to ask you honest questions and get some honest answers to get some feedback from you. If there doesn't seem to be anything else to ask you at the moment. I'm sure people are pulling their hair out at home saying, I want to ask X, Y, and Z. Well, guys, just come into the...
I guess the thing to do, just put the comments and the questions across for you guys, and let's hook up another call like this if you want. We can make it a regular thing if you want. Probably not on a Saturday night, because I live in Malta. Saturdays and weekends are kind of bit, evenings particularly, this kind of family, sacred, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But having said, put your life on hold for 90 days, I'm trying to tell you not to do it on Saturday night. That's a bit hypocritical. But yeah, I'm here to help any time, guys. Yeah, well done for putting this together.
Okay, thank you very much, Prash.
My pleasure. Okay, good luck with the rest of the call. Speak soon.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye.
Right, so we're coming back to the presentation now. Thank you, everybody. I think everybody will agree that was a fantastic interview there, whatever you want to call it, presentation by Prashan, very sincere. That's made me feel pretty confident about things. And, as we progress in this business, transparency will be the key. You will be told the truth all the way along, and he said himself there, if there's any reason not to part with your money at the last minute, we would make sure you know that. But at the moment, obviously, everything is lovely, really good. Okay, right, just before we get going with the presentation, we have a disclaimer there for you. We are in pre-launch. The information provided in this presentation is from the best and most reliable and trusted of sources, and to our best knowledge is accurate at the time of recording. Please understand that due to the stage we're at, some details may be liable to change, as in all pre-launches. In the presentation, there is reference to tax-free income. This basically applies to the UK. If you're from outside the UK, it's for you to check with your local tax authorities to establish your tax situation. We do not advise on tax. That's not our position. We're not allowed to do that. You've got to find that out from the right authorities. This one here, the little statement there, has come from the CEO of the business, Jamie. and he said, you know, whenever we put a presentation together, he's insisted this be stated. Please make sure you adhere to all local gaming, religious, and promotional laws. Okay, so when you're talking to somebody in a far offshore from you, just quote that to them if you would. Tell them to make sure they're adhering to the right things. Okay, so moving along a little bit. I'm just going to introduce you to the support team on the call here at the moment. Obviously, you've got myself there, Kevin Welts. I'm not going to go on about me too much. It's probably quite boring anyhow. But on the right-hand side there, we've got Pierce Donnelly. Pierce is great support. He puts together some wonderful tools in our Facebook group to help people. We do have, I think, a webinar website you can subscribe to receive these regularly. Pass this out to your friends, pass that link out to your friends, get them to subscribe. That's all been set up by Pierce. There's a lot more to come from him, but I can tell you over the past 2 weeks, this guy has been brilliant. He's there for everybody, great support for everybody. And a gentleman in the middle there, a lot of people know him. He's brought an awful lot of people into this already. A gentleman by the name of Scott Withers. If you don't know who Scott is, you've probably never been online. Scott is a very active online, and if you want to be inspired, he's your man. If you want somebody to help drive you on a little bit, or maybe a little bit, a lot of bit, whatever you want to say, Scott's great for that. He's got some wonderful training, some wonderful ideas for sort of recruiting people, bringing people in. So yeah, connect with Scott. Scott's going to help people do that, and we will collectively do that as a group. And underneath there you see you with a question mark next to it. We're not precious about the support team with this. You know, there's no egos here, anything like that. If any of you out there want to be involved, you want your name on here, you've got something that you can offer the team and offer people to give them support, we'd like to see your name in that box. We'd like to see this box filled up with 10, 12, 20 people, whatever. You know, let's put a great team of people together. Please don't sit there and think, well, I could do that. I've got some great skills. Oh, I can't get involved because those guys are already there. That is not true. This is an open door. We are working together as a team with this, and that's the whole point of it. So just moving on to the next slide. We've got a Facebook group. We've got a little URL there for you, very easy to find online, pslglobalteam.com. Really important that you get in that Facebook group. That's where a lot of information's coming to you. The important thing is, of course, that you're then working as a community. If you sat there on your own sometimes, you're feeling a little bit down, which we all get it. Life's tough sometimes, can knock you back, and you don't feel very motivated. You can pop into the group, just start reading a few of the comments, get hold of a few people who are a little bit, you know, inspirational, and they'll give you a lift, you know. So those evenings when the kids have just about beat you up and you've had enough of everything, pop into the group, take an hour's break, get involved in the community, and we will help you along. Like I said, very easy to find, so there's the URL for that. So moving along. What's happening here, guys, is Pierce is moving the slides for me because we had a little problem with me actually doing it myself earlier and showing it so with my screen share. So you might understand why after each slide I ask for it to be moved. Right, complete transparency, really important with any company. I always make a point now, and I've made my mistakes, I admit it, but sometimes that's part of the apprenticeship. I made a point now of checking companies out, kicking the doors of the office, meeting the owners, making sure they are real, you know, really important in anything that you do. This is complete transparency. This is what I liked about this when I first looked at it. Our Chief Executive Officer is a guy called Jamie Mather. Jamie's online. You can find him on Facebook. He's been in marketing for some 10, 20 years, probably 20 years or so. And in the last 10, 15 years has specialized in the online gaming industry. As you just heard from Prashant there, it's very much his forte. Jamie will be on webinars with us. We don't know when yet. He's currently in Russia. So, you know, very difficult to get hold of. I don't think the internet's that good from here to Russia, but who knows. But he will be coming on webinars. But there's your CEO, Chief Executive Officer. That is the top guy in the business. You don't get any higher than that. Completely transparent. You can see who he is. He's got a website there as well. You can go and find that website if you want and go and have a look and see what he's offering. Maybe subscribe to things and sort of track what he's doing. Okay, so that's Jamie. We're going to move on to the next slide, which is The company's based in Malta. Some of you, obviously, Prashant was there in Malta. Well, why Malta? Malta is one of the most highly regulated e-commerce countries in the world. The number of online gaming operators in Malta has grown to more than 200 now, and between them they hold more than 400 licenses. Okay, they're pretty well running the whole world with online gaming. Maybe not so much the States, but the rest of it. Malta was the first EU member state to regulate online gaming. You can imagine what it was like prior to regulation, but in 2004 they created the Remote Gaming Regulations Act under the Lotteries and Other Gaming Act 2001. It's highly regulated, basically, and Malta, consequently, because of its being an epicenter of sort of online gaming, has invested in state-of-the-art fiber optic technology to deliver information in a nanosecond across the internet and throughout the world. That's critical. You know, in anything like this, when anything happens, it needs to happen very quickly. And because they're all concentrated in this area, there's a lot of money invested into making sure that the information hotline, whatever you want to call it, is really, really quick, so we can feel quite comfortable about where it's based. Okay, so the next one is a global phenomena. You know, it's all about product, guys. Anything you are going to promote, anything you're going to be involved with, how big is the market? That's important. If you're selling Mars bars, how many Mars bars can you sell? Millions of them. You know, so you're going to invest in Mars bars. Got some weird chocolate you've never heard of. You probably won't spend all your money on developing that because nobody's ever heard of it. What we have here is a global phenomena. Lotto is played in just about every country in the world, producing hundreds of billions in revenue every week. I haven't put dollars, I haven't put pounds, I haven't put euros, I haven't put yen. I specifically didn't put a currency because it's everywhere, literally everywhere. The actual amount produced worldwide is so large, it is incalculable. Normally with these things, you can say X amount is spent on that per week. This can't be worked out because it's too big. So when you're promoting a product, the product is king, as I say, and there is no bigger product on the planet than Lotto. Your market is absolutely huge. Just out of interest, the first Lotto that was ever developed was in fact developed in China. And the reason it was developed was to build the Great Wall of China. The government needed to raise some money, and they decided on a national lottery, if you like. And that's how the funds were raised to build the Great Wall of China. And that's pretty much how governments see them now. They're a great source of income for them, but they're also a good source for people who are playing them and winning prizes and so on. So moving on a little bit. Okay, a little bit more proof of the global phenomena. There's a few of the draws, EuroMillions. These are top wins in these draws, 183.5 million euros. The Italian lottery, 177. Australian lottery, 112. German lottery, 37.6. This one, when I saw it, sort of made me smile, because I would never have thought of the Netherlands having a national lottery, which is probably a bit naive of me. But 38.4 million, the highest. And then you've got the United Kingdom National Lottery, 42 million. It is estimated that where there is a national lottery, 50% of the population purchase a ticket at least once a month. Okay, how does it work? We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty and explain how it works. The first is to be a player, okay? And if you want to be a player, you can pay 33 euros. This is every 4 weeks. I'm probably going to say a month through this because I'm used to doing that, but it's basically every 4 weeks. It's a 4-week cycle. But if you want to play for free, all you need to do is introduce 3 people to the opportunity who subscribe. They pay 33 euros every 4 weeks, and as long as they are active, you will then get your 33 euros fully refunded to you. Okay, so that's the first scenario. There are 2 ways to win money. First is by winning through the actual lotto and that sort of thing. And the second is through the unique income generator blitz ticket system. A little bit of a mouthful there. I might shorten that by next week, particularly if this gets a bit later, because I might have had a couple of beers by then. But there you go. There's 2 ways to earn, which we're going to move on to now. The first one is every player, everybody, gets 2 tickets every single week. Now, as Prashant said earlier, this is based on the EuroMillions draw. This is again about transparency, and I think this is so clever You will obviously pick your numbers, get your numbers as you would if you went into your, online and purchased from EuroMillions or whatever. You'll get your numbers. You'll be able to watch the EuroMillions draw. They are the numbers relevant to this draw. And it's highly critical that I say this is not part of EuroMillions. It's an independent company. It's not part of EuroMillions, but that's what the draw is based on. So you'll be able to watch it live on TV. You've then got your mixture of prizes there, anything from 5 to 10,000 euros, and everybody's got 2 tickets every week. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the syndicate. People like to be parts of syndicates. It spreads the ability to be able to win. It increases your odds essentially. On the left-hand side there, we've got the 3 weekly draws. You've got the Mega 5 every Tuesday for 5 million, the Mega 10 the first 3 Fridays for 10 million, and then you've got the jackpot on the 4th Friday of every 4 weeks, pays out 50 million. Remember, there's insurance policies covering this. So if anybody says they can't pay that out, oh yes, they can. Okay, that's all been explained in this hangout here. Now, what happens is every player becomes part of a syndicate of up to 50 people. So if you have the winning ticket within that syndicate, you win 20% of the prize. So let's take the Mega 5. The prize jackpot is 5 million. You would personally pocket 1 million. The other 4 million, so 80%, is divided by the other 49 people in your syndicate. And that is pro rata for the Mega 10 and the Mega 50. That's how that works. So you've basically got 50 chances of winning. If anybody in your syndicate wins, you've still got chance of winning. But what it also means is, just to do the maths a little bit, each player therefore has 400 syndicate entries every 4 weeks. Now, to explain that, if you've got 50 players, each player's got 2 tickets a week, 4 weeks in the period, that amounts to 400 tickets every 4 weeks. That essentially means you've got 400 chances of winning. Okay, so your syndicate might be 50, but your chances of winning that 4-week period are multiplied to 400. That spreads that hugely, and that is all for your 33 euros a month, or free if you get free. Okay, so that's those two. Let's talk about Blitz. Let's talk about Blitz, baby. I don't know where that comes from. I do apologise. Let's talk about Blitz. We're probably going to try and go through this a little bit slower, 1 or 2 bits of this. And just out of interest, this is being recorded. So if you're watching this, I don't know when you're watching it, you might be watching it in a few days' time, a month's time, whatever. Please pause the video and go back through it. You know, just study things very carefully. Make sure you've got it and you understand it. We want to make sure that when you relay the information, it's relayed accurately, or as accurately as it can be. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about Blitz now, the first part. Pierce, where's my man? There we go. Okay, so you can win even when you don't. I thought that was brilliant when I first saw that. And basically what happens is the Blitz system is designed for people who are busy, you're active, you get promoting, you put your link in front of people, you get people signing, you're going to be rewarded. The more you do, the more you're going to be rewarded. As Prashant said there, and I've heard that so many times, the first 90 days of any business are the 90 days where you could set yourself up for a considerable amount of time and make a tremendous amount of money. So yes, we are encouraging people. I think Scott's going to do a bit of this later on, but we'll encourage you to get out there, get your link out there. But essentially what you're going to do, you're going to invite people, and people who join on your link and the people who join on the link of the people in your social circle, they become part of your social circle. You can have up to 19,500 people in your social circle. Okay, that's quite a considerable number, as you can see. Now, the first reward you're going to get for that is anybody in your social circle who you introduced yourself wins, you get a 10% bonus on that. You'll get the equivalent of 10%. So if somebody wins the million, you're going to get 100,000, and all they need to be is in your social circle. That's it. Okay, that's 10%. Now, for people you didn't personally bring to the business, you'll get a 5% bonus prize. Okay, so it pays to build that social circle. If you can start to see the possibilities there of, you know, a large social circle, lots of people, even if it's just the small prizes, you're going to get a percentage of what those prizes are if you're the root of that social circle. So guys, get to work. It'll be a very big 90 days for you. Right, we're now going to talk about Blitz points. Blitz points, again, is designed to reward people who get to work, who do work hard with it. For every person who renews their payment every 4 weeks, you will be awarded 100 Blitz points. Okay? And then for every person who you personally introduce to the business, every 4 weeks that they renew their payment, you will be awarded 200 Blitz points. Okay? Remember that. We're going to say that again in a minute. I'm going to go through this to try and make sure everybody understands it. Because for those guys who like to get out there and do the affiliate marketing, this will make a lot of sense to them, because you're looking for a residual income. This is where the big residual income is. For those guys who haven't really struck it yet with affiliate marketing, get involved with us. There's going to be lots of teachings, lots of training. We're going to teach you how to, you know, improve your ability to do that, to build your teams. Get in that Facebook group. I call the Blitz tickets the golden goose. I'm going to state it again. So every month you receive points from active players in your social circles. You get 200 points for a direct player and 100 points for an indirect player. Okay, that's the way that works there. Now, you can see at the bottom here it says for every 300 points you get a Blitz ticket. So these here, those there, they are qualifying Blitz tickets. These ones here, sorry, the 100 and 200, they are qualifying Blitz tickets. If you had 19,500 people in your social circle, and they were people that you hadn't introduced any of them, so they're 100 per person, they would be worth 1.95 million points. Okay? Then what we do, as it says there, we divide that by 300 to give you a qualifying Blitz ticket. So 1.95 million divided by 300 comes to 6,333 Blitz tickets. That's what you would have if you'd filled your network up. We're realistic here. We know not everybody's going to get 19,500. It is possible, because this is a global opportunity. So it is possible. If you get to work, it is possible. But we're going to be realistic. Even if you've got 10% of that, you'd be quite happy. Oh, dear. I think Pierce just fell asleep on the keyboard. We are live, guys. Okay, so, right, so we got to that point, 6,333 Blitz tickets. Okay, now, if you had the unluckiest social circle in the world, and not one person got a single winning number in the draw, okay, you would still receive €1 per Blitz ticket. You would receive 6,333 euros. If you look at that there, that says match 0, €1. Now, if somebody wins something, even if it's just one number, that grows to €3. Okay, if your social circle is full, that's nearly 19,000 euros a month. Match 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers. I mean, I hope somebody in our network, whatever you want to call it, social circle, gets somebody who matches 5 numbers, because we're going to hear them screaming from the rooftops at 50,000 euros per Blitz tickets. I'm sure that's something they will have insured again, by the way. But you can see how the numbers grow. Okay, 2 numbers, 10 euros, so you'd get 63,000 euros a month. These are exceptional numbers, guys, and these are for you. They're rewarded for you to go out there. They're rewards for you for going out there and getting to work with this. Okay, so what I would say is it's being recorded. If you didn't quite get that, just go back to it, play it back through again, and just, you know, play a few seconds at a time, make sure you completely understand it. Right, payment processors. Prashant didn't really know too much about these, although he did mention Skrill, I think. He's obviously not working on the account side, but these are the payment processors at the moment. Visa, MasterCard, Skrill, Nutella. Nutella I've got an account with. Nutella is with every gaming company in the world that I know of, the serious ones, Bet365, Betfair, all those, they all use Nutella, and this is also a system for getting paid from. Okay, so if you've got an e-wallet with Spring Lotto, you'll be able to draw the money into Nutella, and then Nutella will pay the money to your bank account. There are charges, so you might want to have a study of which one you're going to use and see what the charges are. The bottom three, I don't know yet. I don't know where they are. I don't know anything about them. Can I just put this is what we've been told so far, but let's say we've got 70, 80 days to go. We've got a long way to go. We don't want any problems anywhere. So let's say this is 95% in the bag, but we'll just put a little question mark next to it and say to be confirmed. Okay, it's important with this business. We are transparent with people, and we don't say 100%. We guarantee this is what you've got until the company will get pressure on again, and Jamie will say, yes, these are definitely the payment processors, but this is what we've been told so far, and this is what has been added to the site. So I'm 95 to 99% sure. I'm just being safe, that's all. Okay, so if we can move along a little bit, Piers, to the next slide. Okay, member benefits and support. By being a member, obviously it's simple, fun, and highly lucrative. Wincome plan, anyone can do. I actually looked at that and I thought, Wincome? I've never heard of that. What on earth is that? And I asked Piers and he explained it to me. I thought it was brilliant. He said, well, income is something you pay tax on. Wincome is something you don't pay tax on. I thought that's fantastic. Thank you very much for explaining that to me. So this is Wincome, which is great. There's automated marketing systems in place. The company do all the work. All you need to do initially is get your links out there. Somebody clicks on your link, okay, and that person is then allocated to you, even if they don't join at that time. They might join at a later date, but when they do go to join at a later date, it will be your link they will join on because you're the first person to have put it in front of them, and the company are going to be marketing to people. They'll be constantly marketing through, well, not constantly, so they get on people's nerves, but through their marketing systems, they will be promoting this. And interestingly enough, another part of that is that from previous conversations, the company do intend in developing the business as well. So when something new comes to the business, say 6 months after launch, you won't need to worry about marketing again. It will be done by the company. So just get your links out there, guys. No recruiting. You can get people in your social circles without inviting a single person. I know some people find it difficult to talk to people, but there are ways that you can get your link out into places, through Facebook. Put it on your timeline to start with. You haven't got to talk to somebody who looks at it on your timeline if you feel really awkward about doing that. And you'll be able to recruit people without actually having to have conversations. Can I just say, just to be careful there, a precautionary note, don't just bombard people with your link because they do get really fed up with it. If they're not your friends, they're not people you know, the chances are they might actually go and block you. So, try and have a little conversation first. And I think, again, that's an area Scott is going to cover a little bit later on. Members Facebook group, there is going to be a ProSprings Lotto Facebook group, which you'll be able to become a member of. At the moment, get into the group that we created. Who knows, maybe the company will take that over and it will become a generic one for everybody. We're all in the same business. We all want to look after each other. There will be pre-launch bonuses, I'm told. Obviously, they're going to come to you. You make your own mind up about those. I don't know what they are, whether they're marketing bonuses or whatever. But you will get to see some bonuses and things that get sent to you, obviously, when they come. And live webinars and videos. Obviously, you're on a live webinar now. We're going to be hosting a webinar or a Google Hangout just about every week, bringing on special guests. And I know, please bring your guests to it. Please come again yourself. Watch it more often because this is the first place you're going to see any updates. And this is a great place to sort of give you a little bit of inspiration, give you a lift, and also for your guests to see the business initially. Okay, so moving along a little bit up to the VIP membership. This is for people, as I say, who are more want to promote the business and build a business that they can think about giving up work, that sort of thing. It's based on social media. The social media platform is so big. It's incredible. You've seen those things online where people have had 3 million likes and 2 million likes. Just seems ridiculous. You've got to think about the size of it, and you'll get more evolved training if you join at this level, or if you get involved at this level from the company, from the people involved to help you build your business and build your skills on developing your social circle. So next slide, please, Piers. So here's the ProSpring membership, the VIP membership. It's €66 every 4 weeks. Now, exactly the same applies with this. If you've got 3 people you've brought to the business who are paying €66, yours is absolutely free, okay? As long as they're active in that 4-week period. So I just go and get as many as you can. Okay, what's going to happen is, as long as you've got 3, you're going to pay your 66 and you'll get 100% full refund. What happens here? So what's the benefit of this? As I say, these are for people who are going to go to work really and do a bit more with it, build their teams bigger and so on. You're going to earn more blitz points for a start. You'll see on the right-hand side here is a kind of ranking process, if you like, according to the amount of people that you bring into ProSprings, how big your social circle gets. The bigger it gets, the more blitz points you're going to be able to earn. So there at the 1-star level, for instance, you'll see the points go from 200 to 400. You might remember in the previous level at €33, it's 100 and 200. So if you're at this level, you can get considerably more, 200 to 400. There'll be a little bit more clarification later on about how you achieve those ranks, but you know, this is in place. This is going to be in place for people. If you get to 5-star, you've got 300 to 600 points. Imagine a social circle of 19,500 and you're getting 300 per person. That is a huge amount of points. That is a tremendous residual income. If that clicks in your mind now as to what the potential is, then particularly, you know, you will particularly want to get out there and start promoting it. You also get a free entry giveaway per game, so you'll get a free ticket that you can send to people every week. So if you're promoting it, say, here you go, here's a free ticket. Have a little play with this, and then you can get people involved that way at that level. So we move on to the excluded countries. The list has been put together so far. Critical that we say so far. This list is not final. Please stay tuned. We will update you on any more countries that come on board that unfortunately you can't play in. We're sorry if that does turn out to be the case and you're here watching tonight, but at the moment that is the list that we've got. That's what we work with. Until we hear otherwise, we'll assume that the rest of the world is completely available for everybody. Okay, so finally, what do you do now? You've seen the presentation. Hopefully it's inspired you. By the way, the sun's going down here and it's blinding me through this window. You've seen the presentation. Hopefully it's inspired you with the program, with what's available. Hearing Prashant personally there, that certainly gave me confidence. That's inspired everybody. But essentially, go and talk to the person who introduced you to get your questions answered. Any questions that haven't been answered here tonight, direct them at myself and Piers. We'll get them to the right people. We'll get them answered for you. But most importantly, if you haven't registered for your free account yet, your pre-launch account, then please go and do that straight away. It literally takes a minute. It's just a username and an email. It's very, very quick. Then you've got access to your link, which you can start to work with. Then connect with the group. We've also got, incidentally, a Skype room. If you're not in the Skype room yet, contact myself, Piers, and Scott, and we can get you in that Skype room. And as it says, place your link in front of as many people as you possibly can. And again, attend next week's webinar. But when you attend next week, make sure you've got at least one more person who hasn't attended this week. Invite them along. Get somebody new. Make that your goal every week. 1 or 2 new people every week. That's all you need to do, and you can build yourself a substantial business and income. So all you've got to do, guys, is take action. Right, okay, we're going to get off of me because I'm sick of the sound of my own voice at the moment. I hope you got something useful from the presentation there. We're going to go across to Mr. Scott Withers, and just make sure you, I don't know whether you're muted. No, you're not muted. So a lot of you guys will know Scott. I've known Scott for quite some time now, and I'd love his enthusiasm with everything. So Scott, over to you when I try and get some blinds up here before I actually go blind myself.
Thanks, Kev. Can you hear me okay, yeah? Okay, guys. ProSpring Plus, wow, what an opportunity we've got here in front of us today. And it's really quite difficult, really, to understand the enormity of the opportunity that actually is presented to us today. You know, half of the people in the world, it's 1 in every 2 people in the world at some point have played the lottery. People that are eligible to play the lottery have played the lottery. Now, when you're looking at a business opportunity, or you've been in a business opportunity before, where the product, they show you the product and they say, everybody wants your product, go out there, people are using this product, they're using that product, whether it be a shampoo or some vitamins or a weight loss product or something like that. The company would try and convince you that everybody is using these products and everybody wants these products, when deep down inside you absolutely know in the bottom of your heart that that's not exactly the case. But with 1 in 2 people in the world having played the lottery at some point, what an absolute massive market that is for us to take our products to. Yes, in the early days, people like us and possibly people that are watching this now are going to be looking to build teams and build incomes for themselves. So the retail side of it is not really an issue for those people at the minute. But once this starts going global, once people see that our syndicates won X amount of money, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, or one of the jackpots, people are going to want to come and play this just as a syndicate purpose. So the retail potential there for the customers is absolutely massive. A product that 1 in 2 people have used at some point in their life, that is massive. I've never been involved in a company where 1 in 2 people, are potentially your customers that you can go up and speak to about this product. So, what a fantastic opportunity. We've got, a great team. Kev, Piers, Prash, absolutely fantastic guys, real leaders in the industry. The tools are all there in place for us to use, guys. Consider the fact that we've only been going 2 weeks into pre-launch as well. It's amazing that already thousands of people have come on board. Just think how much your spot is actually worth to you sitting here today. Thousands of people have joined today. What situation do you think you're going to be in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line? If you don't take action today, if you sit on the fence a little bit today and you're not sure, you're not sure whether to sign up or not, just think to yourself how much your spot will be worth today if you can look in 12 months' time when there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of people in this business. In effect, if you join and come in today with us, in effect, you're a founder member of the company, coming in with the first few thousand people of the company. And as this goes global and as this goes viral and all those people are placed in people's social circles, your spot today that you can secure after you watch this video, or if you've already secured that spot now, that's going to be invaluable. It's priceless. You can't put a price on that spot that you've got today. So, guys, the opportunity's there, the product's there, the support's there. We're in a fantastic team. I've got no doubts whatsoever these guys are going to give you everything you need to push your business on. They're fantastic guys, fantastic leaders in the industry. And, we're getting information in our team right from the very top. We've got contacts within our team that are going to go straight to the CEO and get the answers for you. We're going to grow this and we're going to absolutely smash this, guys. So what do you need to do that? People come up to me. My background is MLM, network marketing, multi-level marketing. People always come up to me and say, Scott, how do you build your teams? And it's not really changed for me over the last 20 years. It's still exactly the same as I started out when I very first went out with my briefcase and my presenter trying to convince somebody to go and buy something that they actually didn't want. It's not changed whatsoever. The only simple concepts that I use is talk to people. If you're anything like me or Kevin, I'm sure you've got hundreds, if not thousands of friends in your Facebook list. And guys, people go out and within our industry and they're always looking to bring in new leads. Where do I get the best leads from? Is it best to pay for solo ads? Is it best to pay for traffic? Whatever it is that you're coming up with. Guys, look at your Facebook friends list, because these are all free leads that are sitting there in front of you right today. Hundreds, if not thousands of them. And consider that many of those people are going to be in the industry that we're already in, the network marketing industry or internet marketing industry, whichever one it is. They're all sitting there. And also remember that, only 3% of the people in our industry are actually succeeding within their business. So 97% of those people that you've got on your Facebook friends list are going to be failing within their business, so they're going to always be open to be looking at another opportunity. And what an opportunity to present to them, where you can give them an opportunity that has products that supplies half of the people in the world. It's absolutely massive. So get talking to your friends. We can give you all the tools, we can give you all the right training, we can put everything in place as a company for this to be absolutely massive, for you to earn yourself a big income. But if you don't do anything with that, we can't do the work for you. If you don't do anything with that, then you're not going to earn nothing yourself. We can give everything to you. It's up to you whether you go out and take action. So by taking action, just a simple first step is going to talk to your Facebook friends. Talk to 10, 20, 30 people a day. I understand that some people have more time than others because some people have full-time jobs, families, and other commitments. That's fine. Whatever your situation, this next 90 days, as people keep talking about, is absolutely key, and it's fundamental to be growing your business now. You talk to 10, 20, 30 people every single day. You might not get the results the very next day or even the very next week, but you keep doing that every single day and taking action every single day, you will get results. And once you've got 3 people in, we're playing for free. If you can't go out and speak to 3 people and sign 3 people up to put their name and email address in to something that's absolutely free and it's not going to cost you a single penny until we launch, if you can't go out and do that, then possibly, without sounding harsh, you're in the wrong industry, because everybody can talk to somebody, to go and sign them up for free to this opportunity. So guys, get your link out, talk to all your friends, to all your contacts. 90 days is the key point here. 90 days to get your link out. The company is going to be starting a massive recruiting campaign, advertising campaign within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. So this gives us a massive window now for us to get out there and get our links. And just remember, there might be, you get your links out to hundreds and thousands of people. If 10 or 20 or even 100 people sign up, all those other thousands of people who have visited your link, if they then decide to join the business at a later date, when they see that we're starting to win jackpots or we're changing people's lives with the incomes that we're making, if they've already visited your link, they're going to be signed up to you. So get your link out there today, guys. It's going to be massive. It's going to blow up, but it's entirely up to you. It's in your hands. The world is your oyster right now. I can't stress enough what a fantastic opportunity this is, with massive, massive growth. It's just going to explode, and I'm just so excited and privileged and honoured to be working with these guys. And I'm going to go out, I'm going to smash it, and you guys go and do the same. 3 people to play for free, and once those 3 people have done it, teach those 3 people to do exactly the same. All of a sudden your team, within a matter of days and weeks, will start to grow exponentially. And we've got that income that we're guaranteed with $1 for every single Blitz ticket. So when people ask you how much you can earn with that, we can say that 19,500 people within your social circle, it's going to give you an income of $6,000 a week. But what you can also say to people is, you might not have one single person in your social circle. You could go out and win the jackpot on the lottery and earn 10 million euros. 10 million euros, what a difference that's going to make to a hell of a lot of people's lives, just for a few dollars a week to go in this. So guys, get your link out there today, take some action, and the world's your oyster, and you will not regret it. When you look back in 2 or 3 years' time, and there's millions of people all over the world, don't be sitting there thinking, what if I did? What if I did? Because guys, you're going to regret it.
Thank you.
I'll come back to Kevin, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Scott. Well, it's got me motivated again, so we're going to be getting the link and more. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. We're going for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to pass you over to. I'm not going to let David wrap it up. We won't come back to me after this. There's Piers Donnelly, who I think is a very ethical, honest and decent guy. Scott, can you mute your mic a minute? I think it's echoing on yours. No, I don't know. But we'll go across to Piers Donnelly just to wrap it up, and that'll be the end of the hangout. Piers, if you want to say your last few words, away you go, buddy.
Hiya guys, thanks very much. Kind of made a mess of the slides there. Just as we were setting things up, things kind of went sideways. My camera's focusing in and out here, so now they're going sideways for me. You can never know what's going to happen on a live event like this. We've done everything we could to prepare for it, and I think it's went rather well, even if I'm going to go out now and hit myself in this right hand with a hammer so that it doesn't happen again next week and I don't mess up the webinar. Look, this is an amazing opportunity. Everything that Scott said, I can match as well. There's no point in repeating. We all share the same passion for this opportunity. We all see it for what it is. There are ways that we can show you how to do this if you've never even, heard of such opportunities before. We've got little scripts that you can use. You don't have to sell this. We can show you how to do this by just putting simple little messages on your Facebook wall, on your timeline, that will allow people to just be attracted to it. You don't have to sell the opportunity. You could just paste, a little line of text on your Facebook, and you will have people coming in and signing up. It's what's called social proof and pump. If you come onto our Facebook group, we'll show you how to do it. Simply put something up on your Facebook. We'll come along. We'll help you on your post. We'll give your post likes. We'll comment. It's just about creating social awareness of this entire, this amazing concept. It's a very, very simple concept, but it's very, very powerful because it is the very first social lotto out there online. I'm not going to drag this on any longer, guys. Thanks very much, everybody, for coming along. Sorry for messing up the slides. I made a boo-boo. My bad. We'll see you next Saturday. I'll be here, and I'm going to tie my hands behind my back next week, and hopefully we'll have got things sorted out with Kevin's keyboard and stuff. Scott will be here, and I'm not going to touch anything next week. I promise you guys. Okay. So thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you all again next week. Take care.